So this is my video on how to make a fire. As you notice, the main components, the key here is to go from smaller items to larger items. And then banking the fire is a very important aspect. As you can see in the fire, there's already a large log all the way in the back. So you want to build up your fire in order from paper to kindling to small boys to medium to larger things to the bigger one, and then have the fire allow itself to burn up to the larger ones, and then as they burn, the embers will come forward and you'll be able to have the larger logs begin burning as the rest of the fire burns around it. Another important part is your flue. You're going to want to have your flue open all the way to let all the smoke and everything go up until you get your fire started. Then once you get your fire started, you're going to take this and go down to about a half flue to reduce the amount of airflow going through, which will keep more of your heat in your house, as well as help it burn slower and longer. This smoke curtain also is a very useful part to the fire making process. So I'll go ahead and put this in here, get it started, and start the video back up. So now hopefully you'll recognize that I've taken everything here and put it up in a staggered sequence, from paper to kindling to smaller things to medium size to larger, and then with the big one on the back so that we can bank the fire and have all of the ashes and embers and coals, the hot coals, we'll bring forward here to the front with our poker. And stoking the fire is going to be a very important process of keeping the fire going. So this should go up just with one quick light. Once again, the flue is open all the way to allow the most smoke and air to go out. We're not going to worry about the smoke curtain closing it until we actually have the fire up and going. Sometimes it will take a couple of loads of paper in order to get the fire going. But hopefully, if everything works out like it's supposed to, it's just going to take one here, and it has gone up several times for me with just one, so hopefully this will work out as expected. One of the really nice things about having a fire that starts up and warms your house, and it gives a nice ambiance, very homey feeling. Even here, although I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, starting this fire, it still gets cool enough outside to where I don't want to turn the heat on. I want to turn the fire on, enjoy a fire, allow everything to be natural and nice, and give it that little wintry type feel. Big key here is making sure that I get enough of this paper up underneath the kindling to start the fire correctly. Another thing is to try and stagger enough of the wood so that the wood actually has air space in between it. You don't want to have the wood so tightly compacted that there's no air that gets through it, and it doesn't allow the flames and the air and the fire and everything to work together. You have to have staggered spaces between all of the wood. You can't have the wood just a bunch of smooth logs. You want some of these logs that actually have funny little knots and sticks and things sticking out of them, so that it gives the fire the ability. You saw how quickly this is lit, and now the fire is well on its way to going. And like I said, now the only thing is, once we get this, we'll let this fire get going. Once the fire is really going, that's when you can close the smoke curtain, lower the flue to halfway to help the fire burn slower and keep more of the heat in the house. And that's how you do it. Thank you very much.